We've got the mill yard just after they've been arrested, and we're just waiting for the cavalry coming and Rev Gray. Yeah. Capital Reverend to see you. How was your vestry meeting? More peaceful than this shindy here, no doubt. Oh, Colonel Kearney, I see you've brought the cavalry. Where have you been, Colonel Kearney? Also at church with the Reverend? Well, there's no peace here. What we've got here, sir, is pandemonium. These miscreants, these mischiefs, is what our constables have rounded up. George Earl there. William Taylor. Oh, and I see Richard Marzin's wife there, I can see. Well, you were riding on a bit of a crest of the wave over Darren, weren't you? Not anymore. And if you think those at Scarpard over at Thill, that they've got away with it, our constables will be rounding them up also. They will too be going to Lancaster, where they're going to have an appointment with the judge, wearing a black cap and then a sharp piece of rope. George Indle's wife, what brings you here on this fine spring Tuesday? Now then, John Orwell. Was it thee I saw with that hammer? Smashing my great mill gate with that hammer and stave?
Lost our child, our Mary. We have no bread, no work, no mercy, no goodness, no reason from thee. You tried to hold your head. These hands were no good for now. I make a fool to myself. I struck our Margaret. There's plenty of work here, our Mary. She's dead. Work would answer. Answer weren't coming. A family turns in on itself, speaks in tongues it finds, all pleading and wailing, and finding out but devil in his power over us. His work's here. I've worked to hold up your head, not human. I lost me wits. She was tied to death, we tried to warm her by fire, no good, yet I grew sighted, and still in my grief, in that I could know again. It gave me charge. We gave you fair warning. No one ever gave us a petition. And that when it were our rights. We built these streets. We were Mary's grandfather. Now you can't go nowhere in this town without your coin. But then they spoke at Winnie Hill and told us our captains. Then to us made sense. Then we saw ourselves in each other, and all were talking, same at once, like our own church. We outshamed and we cried. We came across this moor, them miles, past this cavalry. Even with our hunger we came, and that plague, hunger, Mr. Turner, we learned to speak with it. And it told us, you belching sin and you Powlands are guilty.
This man, he's got a fever. Give him a ladle. It's a riot you were, John Orwell. You're a shambling mob, the lot of you. I caught one coming down a ladder there out at mill. A little lad been smashing. I got him bit lug isle. He won't be smashing no more. They're coming up against the powers that's making this town of Haslingden a rival for any around here. They're coming up against King George and his mighty cavalry there, Colonel Kearney. Thank you very much. Rights, John Orwell? I'll tell thee thy rights. Thy rights are a fair trial. Aye, and then a sweeping out to yourself.
I know right ways. And what's yours? We always hear tell thee, and lengths that I go for what they want. Is it true you get a bag of gold and silver for a tulip bulb? 6 shillings a day we had once, but now 6 shillings a week.
Now you're talking rot, man.
In the world of flowery garden.
Sedition, wickedness, Mr. Gray. Sedition. You're a shambling mob. You're a riot. That is all you were. And congregation, I've talked about these congregations, taking the heads away from God, listening to credulous politicians who are filling their heads, putting in them ideas that can never be brought to fulfilment. Sermons? Well, I'll give thee a sermon, John Orrell. I will.
Reverend, you may tell the truth, but I know our lads and their women folk and captains who stand for work and rights will go marching on from here today over moor to Rossendale, Bury and Mills, up and down and gathering numbers of way. We only wanted food.
Are you listening,
on
Kearney?
table and work.
Work? There was work here this morning, John Orrell. What will be known today, now will there? Colonel Kearney, get this mob rounded up and get them up that hill to Haslingden and Thorn. And I tell you what, if any of their comrades are lined up, if one stone is thrown at them, nay, not even a stone, a speck of mud, I want you to round them up and all and take them all up to the inn. I've done. I've had a gutful. It's pandemonium and no else. I'm done with it.